Okay guys, me and Cherry's out today walking. We're out and about. The weather's not perfect, but we're in the area. I want to talk about the video that I just made back at the shop. I created my first knife this year, and I want to talk a little bit about that. But the mounts that we did, let's talk about that for now. Right here is the tree that the coyote was wrapped around. Like something took it and smashed it up against the tree, and then it froze solid. And I found that in January, and then I drug it over there, and where that blowdown, those two little blowdowns are right there, and I piled some brush on top of it, and nothing ever bothered it, which is strange. Nothing ever bothered it. No raccoons, no possums, no foxes, no crows, no turkey hawks, nothing. Right there, I piled some brush on it for a year. Nothing bothered that till from January till the end of August when I got the skull out of there. This is where that happened. And then let me show you here as we're coming up here. This is an area where a bear popped up out of the creek here on us about 8 years ago or so. I'm just spinning around because Cherry's making me spin around. Yeah, right here. We're coming up on it right here. Hey. Hey. Come here. So she's tangled up. All right, right here is the spot where it was summertime. The creek was lower. It's up a little bit right now because of the rain. It's been raining here in Pennsylvania real good. It's gonna make great mushroom hunting. But right down over this creek bank here is where the bear was. And we got to about here, and that's when it popped up over the bank. And the coyote that you saw, that you're gonna see, it came this way, popped up out on us. We're probably about 15 feet from it, and it looked at the dog, and I knew what its intentions were, so I had to defend myself and the dog, because coyotes are very dangerous here in Pennsylvania. People think they're not, but they're actually coy wolves. Part coyote, part wolf from Canada. They're larger than the western coyote. They are anywhere between 40 and 65 pounds. That's a big coyote. And when it popped up, I ended up hitting it in the head. I wanted to immobilize it as quick as possible because I didn't want the dog getting bit. I didn't want to get bit. I had a 9mm, and to be honest, I aimed right above the shoulders for the cervical area. I wanted to put it down, and I ended up hitting it in the head. I mean, that's the honest truth about the shot. It was a good shot. I hit it right in the head, and it dropped right in its tracks. So this is the area. That's the tree up there. This is where the one that was after me and Cherry popped up. I must have found 8 dead coyotes out here over the years. The coolest one I ever found, and I kicked myself in the rear end. It had on its back, the coyote itself looked like it actually had wings. If I can find that photo, I'll clip it in here, but I doubt that I have it, but I don't think I can get it on this phone. It had like a wing pattern on its fur. That's the coolest one I ever found that was killed and put on a stump for display. So yeah, that's the coyote story right there on those particular two. And I've got about 6 more that I've found over the years in different places. I also wanted to talk to you about my knife. Made my first knife in January of 2025. What are you seeing, Chair? And it's hand forged. I hand forged it. It's made out of 1075 steel, carbon steel. It is rock weld to about 60 to 61. It's pretty hard for 1075. It's nothing like my Condors. It's much harder, and that has to do with the not so much with the heat treat, but with the tempering process. Reminds me a lot of D2 steel, sharpening it. That's what it reminds me of, is D2. It sharpens like D2, so the Rockwell's probably correct. And I'm just going by what the guy that taught me about this told me, and I do believe him. We had a real good teacher who helped me forge that first knife. It's only one of many to come, but so far the knife is performing fantastic. I'll show it to you. I'm gonna do a review on the knife itself, and you'll see that. Getting ready to forge a band for my arm, a copper band. I'll show you that. Got a little piece of copper wire. I'm gonna try to forge that into about 2 or 3 layers and anneal that and pound it out. But there's the mother tree. You haven't seen that in a long time. A beautiful tree right there. It's a birch, believe it or not. That's a birch tree. You might not think it is, but it is. And what a birch tree that is. Never quite seen one like that. That size. Usually don't see birches that big around here. But yeah, about the knife. So far it's performed fantastic. It's a hunting woods knife, and it's going to be mainly used for hunting, but also camp tasks and you know, making fires. I've already made a couple out of it. It strikes a ferro rod fantastic. The grind was done on a belt at 20 degrees. I'm going to put it on the stones and get it down to a, well, the guy that taught me, he was he don't like to see the grinds going up the blade. So it's a very short bevel, but it's 20 degrees. That's not my thing. So I'm going to put it on a stone, and I'm going to take it down to about 15, 17 degrees. And it's, like I said, it's a hunting knife, but I think the steel is tough enough to handle that degree on the bevel. He wasn't even crazy about how I thinned down the edge of the blade. He made a comment that it was thin edge. Well, that's what I wanted. He likes a little thicker edge, probably for, you know, just because it holds up. Well, I'm only looking for a hunting knife and something that'll split some kindling, and you know, I can use it in a pinch if I have to, for that sort of thing. So okay, I already filmed the shop video and told you a little bit about the coyotes and my knife and stuff. I'll make a video on the knife itself if you just want to see it. I can do that. It's not much of an effort. This wasn't a whole lot of effort, to be honest. Just that I haven't done it in a while. Coyotes are interesting. There's something going on out here where these coyotes, I find them dead. Something kills them. Not sure what, but they live up in those cliffs. And like I said, I'm gonna guess around 8 over the years I've found out here dead. And the coolest one I ever found was had that wing pattern on its back. I have pictures of it. I'll try to find them. And if I do, I'll try to show them to you, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. All right, let's go on to the video here. You'll see the projects I've worked on in 2024 and early 25. I don't know what I'm gonna do as far as the forging goes. We're pretty close to having the shops ready, so whether I'll make videos or not, I don't know. Like I said in the video, we're gonna sell them locally here at gun shows and that sort of thing. I don't need internet experts critiquing my work. That way you see it at the gun show. If you like it, you buy it. If you don't, you don't. I'm gonna try to stick to hunting knives and pocket droppers. I like pocket droppers. So that's it. You take care, everybody, and hope you liked my video. Alright guys, I'm getting ready to clear out the shop here and thought I'd just take a quick clip and show you what I've been working on here in 2024 and early 2025. This is probably, I don't know, about 8 months worth of work. I have a turkey mound here. This gentleman got it with a 12 gauge. It's an 8-inch beard, Pennsylvania gobbler. Then we have a couple of salmon from the Salmon River area, the Pulaski area. We have a couple of Pennsylvania bucks. They're going out tomorrow. They're getting sent out. The turkey's leaving here today. We did a couple of bottle openers, antlered bottle openers. They came out, that one came out pretty cool. Got another one in the works there, and I got mine right here. Came out real nice. Really cool opener. Maybe we'll open up a bottle here. Here is a coyote that was dead set on eating our pet, and we were hiking out on the trail, and it came up in the same exact spot where a bear came up about, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago. This was probably about 3 or 4. It was shot with a solid copper deep penetration round right through the skull. You can see that it didn't explode like a hollow point. I carry nothing but copper. This one was found wrapped around a tree a couple of years ago in January. And I told you guys, for those of you who would remember, that I'd show this to you. And it had its jaw snapped, and it got wrapped around a tree, and then it froze solid. Other project from this year is a 7-pointer. That came out pretty nice. We got the burnt skulls. These are burnt. This one was bleached and burnt. This one was burnt a little different. There's something on here to give it that like shade of being out in bad conditions for a while. These are coy wolves. Probably, this one was probably, I'm gonna guess about 45 pound. This one was at least 50 pound. We've got a copper wire here off a job, and I'm gonna try to make this into a band for my wrist. We'll see how that goes. If anybody's interested in something like that, I could show it to you, but if not, no big deal. What else? My knife. I built my first knife in January. I had it lasered and everything, 2025. Ironwood handles, I got a lanyard hole on there. You could see the big belly I put on that knife for skinning, hunting and skinning. The blade itself is about 1.35. It's 1075 steel, hardened to about 60 to 61 Rockwell, which is pretty hard for 1075, but believe it or not, I'm gonna cover my name there. I put my name on it too. I was hoping that the 1075 properties, how tough that is, would hold up, and so far so good. You can see I got some scuffs on there. There's hammer marks on it. It's a hunting knife, yet it's a slash survival knife. Just what I wanted. It's pretty darn heavy. Between the scales and all that steel, it's pretty heavy. But so far it's been holding up really good. For the past couple of years, I've been trying to work on a forge area. We're gonna have a couple of different shops here, and we're not gonna sell nothing on the internet. There's too many experts, there's too much criticism, too much fighting, too much craziness. So we're gonna sell at local gun shows probably. Me, my son, a friend of ours, he's gonna get into it. These let me show you what I'm gonna do with these. I'm gonna put these up here. I'm gonna put one up there like that, which I think is gonna look pretty cool. And then the other one down here. That's where those are going. And I've been burning these skulls lately. So these are all burnt. These are all 2024s. Here's older stuff. You could tell that that skull there has been, that's an old one, and it got bleached, and then it's been in the sun coming through the window, and you could tell that that one is not as old. It's not bleached out. This one's bleached out. I kind of like that bleached out look from the sun. I think this year I might do, if I can get a trophy, I'll bleach it out and leave it out in the sun and see what happens. Oh, here's a trivia question. Does anybody remember this sapolene polyurethane? I'm still using this. This was my grandfather's. I have this one, and I have a half a quart in the house yet. And that's from the early 1970s, believe it or not. Hard to believe, right? Now, this didn't take much effort, and I just wanted to show this stuff before it got shipped out. So that's what we got. Well, I had to find my tripod. I haven't made videos or used it in quite some time, but I found it. Let me show you how good the bottle opener works. We got some Doritos soda here, made in Mexico from sugarcane. And that's the only kind of regular soda that I'll drink is the Doritos sugar cane. It's not as sweet. It does have quite a few calories, but it's not like this other stuff that's made with regular sugar. This is made from sugar cane. Here's the can opener, bottle opener. Works really good. And man, that is some good soda right there. That is good. Tastes just like a mandarin orange. It's their best flavor. Okay guys, there's the photo of the coyote with the wing pattern on its back. That's unbelievable. I actually found the photo, so let me show you the one that was wrapped around the tree. Alright, here's the one that was wrapped around the tree. That's at least a 60 to 65 pound coyote right there. That's the one with the broken jaw.